Welcome, mercenaries. It's Osama. Welcome back to the Syndicate. So today's going to be an update for the channel. This will be another channel update video. So in about 3 weeks, we're going to go out for a huge shoot. Probably the biggest shoot so far this year. So for the Osama Bin Smoking TV loyalists, enlisted mercenaries, officers of the militia, we have a special video coming up. Yes. We are going out to a location here in the States, a shooting complex, and we will be shooting out to 2,800 yards. Yes, sir. 2,800 yards, 2,300 meters if you're across the pond or a metric user. We will be shooting ultra long distance. Yes, sir. We will be shooting at the famous The Arena shooting facility in Blakely, Georgia. If you're unaware or unfamiliar about The Arena is a shooting complex, over 6,000 acres of shooting facility use. So it's basically used as training for military, law enforcement, and contractors, I guess you could say, like mercenary type contractors, which is probably what we'll fall under, but that's a topic for another time. But yes, we will be shooting at The Arena. It's going to be a 2-day weekend. I haven't gotten a confirmation that we're going to have the range for Friday also, but I'm prepared if we do have the range for Friday. And we will be shooting out to 2,800 yards. Yes. We're finally going to be putting our training to work. We're going to show the rest of these YouTubers how it's done. I only see them stay in 100, 200 yards, maybe 300 at best. And after that, they don't even know what they're doing or they just can't shoot. So we're going to teach them the way how it's supposed to be done. We're going to cover fundamentals, basics, techniques. And if you've been paying attention to the Intro to Long Range Shooting saga, which I will be having another episode or two before we head out, hopefully. They're very busy around here, but we're going to try to squeeze them in. And like I say, very excited, very, very excited. I'm waiting on my barrel to come in. It's supposed to have been in about a week or so ago, but it's been a backup at Proof Research. I have a brand new stainless steel barrel on order from Proof. And the lead time was May 13th, it was a Friday, which means bad luck probably kicked me in the ass. And as you can see, I don't have it. But hopefully I have a barrel already en route. The dealer was able to find one from a distributor that's already a pre-fit for my rifle. So it is in transit. I was figuring it'd be here tomorrow or Wednesday, but they're saying Wednesday of next week, which I don't understand why if it already been shipped out Friday. With today being Memorial Day in 2020, what is that, May 30th? So, yeah, don't understand what's taking so long, but hopefully it will be here soon enough. And I can do the unveiling of the rifle, the prized rifle, and everything that's attached to it. We'll go over and somewhat demonstrate. Also, I wish I was able to get a good spotting scope in, but I don't. But we'll be borrowing another buddy scope. I think he has a Bushnell or a Loophole, but don't quote me on that. I'll probably have that, but very excited. Like I say, I'll be shooting personally. I'll probably be bringing the Scar again as my play around gun. I guess while other people are shooting and I'm not spotting or we're taking a break, I'll just shoot the Scar. It'll probably go out to 1,000 yards like I did in my last video, shooting it out to 1,000. Very excited. But the caliber that I'll be shooting out, the bolt gun that I'll be premiering probably sometime next week or later this week, depending on if the barrel gets in, is 6.5 Creedmoor, 24-inch barrel, 1-in-8 twist, 4-groove rifling, threaded by 5/8 24, universal 30 cal thread pitch. Very stoked, very excited to display the rifle, let people see what I'll be using out here in the field. Rifle might surprise a lot of people. A lot of people don't know about this rifle. It's been my dream rifle for a long time, at least about 10 years since I first laid eyes on it when it first came out. I said, whenever I get some money, I have to have that rifle. And when I say it like that, you already know that it's not cheap. So this is probably, you could say, one of my grail guns. Kind of like this M10 SMG here, as you can probably see. Look. So that's how we like to do around here in the syndicate. We stay with the best of the best because we don't like the worst of the worst. So, like I say, very excited. Also, we'll probably try to do some interviews of the other shooters that will be attending. Like I said, with this complex, to get back into that, the complex has different type of shooting trials. So if you're basically like law enforcement, like a SWAT team unit or a military squadron or team, forgive me, I don't have my tactical thinking cap on today to think militarily, but I'll have it ready for us when we shoot the video. But yeah, so if you need to practice clearing rooms, they have a complex where you're going through different type of rooms or different type of houses to try to, work on your clearing. If you want to do a breach and frag or a breach and flash or a breach and clear, you can do that. And they have your instructors or your judges or critiquers at the top giving you bird's eye view critiques and evaluations from up top to make sure that you are getting the proper training and discipline when you're practicing these type of operations. Also, they have a known distance range out to 1,000 yards. That's child's play. We ain't here for that. We shoot 1,000 yards pretty frequently around here. So we're going to be able to hit 1250, 1,500 mile shot, 2,000 yard shot. So we're up in the ante here. Is that we're going to have shooters from around, basically here at the state of Georgia where I'm at. We're going to have shooters from here, shooters from Alabama. Maybe we have some guys from R&R Precision from Dothan, Alabama come out. I heard they got some nice tricked out rifles and some nice high dollar spotters that'll be a blessing to use. A few other guys that I know are bringing a few pieces of good kit. We need chronographs. So let's let you know now, sneak peek of the next video will be of a chronograph, a popular chronograph, the MagnetoSpeed V3. So that is a barrel mounted or suppressor mounted chronograph. And basically you mount the bayonet off the barrel here. I've used it for example. The bayonet has a gap right here, and maybe right here where my bird finger is the sensor. So basically when the bullet goes out, it goes over the sensor, and that is how the MagnetoSpeed calculates muzzle velocity. So very more accurate reading of a chronograph, more than like your basically optical chronograph, like your Caldwell's, Pro Chrono, stuff like that, that has those little optical little lenses on top, which can be very detrimental because just imagine if you're shooting and it's kind of a rainy day, it could be even light rain, that water's going to mess with those optical sensors and it's going to give you false or bad readings. So the bayonet of the MagnetoSpeed takes care of that, because more than likely you're shooting over a covered unit or a covered area when you're usually shooting. So you don't have to worry about it getting wet or damaged. The only thing you have to do is make sure that it is aligned and that that rod that lays on top of the bayonet over the muzzle of your barrel or your can has the desired or recommended gap to make sure that it doesn't hit the bayonet. So also, we're going to be debuting another video hopefully coming out, and that one's going to be of the rifle that I'll be shooting. So it's all tricked out, suppressor, let's say new barrel, all different types of goodies on it. So I'll be displaying that, and people can honestly get a real true view of how we pursue long range shooting here on this channel. As you can say, if you go into the about, long range shooting and NFA items, with long range shooting being first. So real excited about that. I think we have about 15, 16 shooters in all. So I'm thinking about 8 are shooting, 8 are spotting, which is usually how it goes. And then people will rotate, switch. Some people take the spotting role, then they'll take the shooting role. So for me, you get some few spots of me shooting on the video. As I say, you don't always see me shooting on these videos on my channel. It's not just about me. It's about everybody who shoots guns, everybody who's interested in guns. So it's not just about putting the camera on me, it's about putting the camera on other mercenaries who are in the syndicate also. So you're going to see a lot of different types of setups, different rigs. Some of them are going to be tricked out more than others. We can tell you that now. You got some big spenders. You have a big spender like me who's down the road. Then you have an average. Then you have your regular poor. Then you have ultra poor. So I wouldn't doubt, and when I say like ultra poor, I probably say you have a guy who spent $400 or $500 on like a Ruger American bolt gun, like the one I have in my gun collection video, 2021 gun collection video. Check that out. Has the Thunder Beast Ultra 9 can on it. Temporary use of that can. So the can that you'll see it on, or the gun that you'll see the can on next week will be the one that it was purchased for originally. So you're going to see some guys that say running those little $500 rifle, maybe $200-$300 scope, and that'll get you to 1,000. It'll get you to 1,000, no problem. Accuracy might not be there. You might hit, out of 10 shots, you might be hitting 4 or 5 out to 10. As far as the guys who spent more on maybe like a Ruger Precision rifle or Remington 700, any of those mid-tier or low-power mid-tier rifles, those are going to shoot out easily to a mile, especially if you're shooting 6.5 Creedmoor, 6mm Creedmoor, 6.5 Lapua, 6 Dasher, 6 GT, any of those fast barrel burner rounds, you're going to be able to make it out there. Then you also have guys who spend money, and this could be in that mid-tier, Bergara B14s. I highly regard those. If you're looking for a precision gun and looking for best bang for the buck, I would look into Bergara. Bergara BMP, Bergara Match Precision, or the Bergara HMR Hunting Match Rifle. Then they have the Hunting Match Rifle Pro, which I think uses their Premier action. And then you have the Bergara Premier, which is their top of the line, everything. And those are about $2,000. So HMR is about 1,000, give or take. Maybe find them for about 900. The Pro will be about 1,300, 1,400, and the Pro will be about 2,000. So think about that. And then, like say, if you're going to be in that HMR Pro to Premier range, you might see some guys like 2 of my guys I shoot with. They both are running Tikkas. I want to say both are running T3Xs. One swapped this out for a KRG Bravo chassis, and the other one I think he swapped out for a XLR chassis. But don't quote me on that one. And let me say, with the Bergara, not the Bergara, but the Tikka rifles, those shoot lights out. If you don't know Tikka, Tikka was a company which is a subsidiary of Sako, which is a company out of Finland. And Sako and Tikka are owned by Beretta. So Sako has a history of producing some of the finest rifles, since its inception. I'm talking about sniper deadly accuracy from Sako, TRG 22, TRG 42 if you're shooting long actions. Very highly regarded accurate rifles. And then you have guys running $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 custom builds, and I'm talking about like a turnkey build, custom action, maybe a Zermatt, a Bighorn, Defiance, Alamo Precision, Accurate Ordnance. It's a lot of these custom rifle builders out here now. And when I say that these custom rifles are nice, I mean you are paying for that premium. Because remember, in this life, in this day and time, you get what you pay for. And these highly sought after custom rifles are really, what you see a lot of time shooting PRS competitions. And some of these people, like I say, you're going to see cheap glass, like a Vortex Crossfire, maybe a Vortex Venom. Then you have some people probably going to be running Athlon Ares, Athlon Cronus, which is another one that I really recommend people. If you have $1,200-$1,300 to get you an Athlon Cronus, competes with glass about in the $2,000 price range for the price. Like I said, usually they sell for about $1,600, but on the street you can get it for about $12, $13. Crystal clear glass, and like I say that's probably the only line from Athlon that's made out of Japan. The Ares comes from China, which is a hell of a fucking scope for the price coming out of China for the people who are China bashers. You know, that Athlon really bang for the buck. I thought that Vortex was a good bang for the buck, but Athlon has took it to a whole nother level. And also, if I want to go down a few $100, I say you might see a few of the Arkin scopes. I haven't had any personal experience with the Arkin scope line, but from what I've been hearing, they're just like the Athlon. Crystal clear glass for the price point. Turrets I heard were pretty good for the price. Like I say, in this day and age, I don't care who the brand is or what they put in it. A $3,000 scope would never come down to the level of a $1,000 scope. This is the way that the game works. And I'm not saying that the Arkin is bad, but I guarantee you once you go up in magnification and distance, that glass will get a little milky for the price point. About mid tier of the zoom, depending on what's your optical zoom, and they just don't hold a candle to them. So you get what you pay for. So with the high dollar guys, which be like around me and above, you'll see like how I have on my video, Vortex Razor Gen 3, which is what I mounted on my bolt gun. You'll see some Schmidt & Bender PM2s. You see my buddy, he just bought the new Loophole Mark 5 7-35 with a Trimmer 3 reticle. So really excited to see what that's going to look like out there mounted on the Tikka. And his Tikka was the one, if you see on the shorts, that was the Sniper 600 half-inch group, sub half-inch group at 600 yards. That Tikka with the brake that had the one whole group stacked like that. Yeah, that one's getting an upgrade. I think on that scope he had a Athlon Midas Tac, which was a 5-25 by 50 objective. And I think that's about like a $500-$600 scope, but hell of a scope for the money. Hell of a scope for the money. I guarantee you that. And like I say, you're going to have some guys running Night Force ATAC-Rs. You might have some guys running a Night Force Beast, Minox, ZP5. You might have some guys running a Tangent 5-25. Might see a guy with a Z-Comp, Zero Compromise Optics 5-27. Now, if I see an 8-40 out there, I might have to get some shots behind the 8-40 because I want to put one on the 50. That's what I want to put on the 50. So I want to see that Z-Comp 8-40 if there's one out there. We have some guys bringing, one guy said he's bringing out some hell of a calibers. 375 Shotech, 408 Shotech, 416 Barrett, 50 BMG. One guy's bringing a 300 PRC. It's a lot of guys who are more, I guess you could say, knee deep in the game than I am, who come out with some nice bad rifles and bad optics. But man, I'm ready to see get behind some of these spotters. So I want to get me a nice high dollar spotter, like a $2,000 spotter, so I can really see 2,000 yards and down, because I want to see the impacts. Or if I get those target hit indicators from Magneto Speed, I want to be able to see, you know, the flashing lights register on the spotter, on the Tacticam. So, real excited, mercenaries. Real excited. Like I say, it's a Saturday, Sunday event. I'm going to be there both Saturday and Sunday. And if we do end up getting the range for a half a day for Friday, I don't think we had enough people to get the whole range for all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday. Because I want to say for Friday, we only was able to get the known distance range. So that would be good for me to zero, because I have a few different brands of ammo that I will be displaying, different loads of 6.5 Creedmoor. And like I said, get to go zero. And hopefully I have some rounds downrange, because what I want to do is when the barrel gets in, I want to do a zero video with the new Vortex Razor Gen 3 so people can see how the L-Tech Plus turrets look. Also, I want to do a 100-yard zero grouping to show the groupings on the new rifle. Well, I can't say new rifle, on the new barrel of the rifle, the proof barrel. Hopefully, it shouldn't take too many rounds for it to break in. And I'm not a person who does those break-in procedures by shooting, running a patch, wet patch, dry patch, shoot 2-3 more rounds, wet patch, dry patch. I'm not a believer in that. I believe that once you shoot the barrel, that what breaks it in. Cleaning the barrel, doesn't do nothing in my experience. Even in my SCAR 17, I never done anything like that, like a barrel break-in. I just shot quality ammo, and every now and then I maybe shoot like some plinking ammo just to keep the lands where they need to be, and make sure that I'm also basically shooting the best ammo to give me the best results. So I do have some good match grade ammo that I'll be running through. I'll be running some 140 grain FMJ. That's like my plinking ammo. That's what I'll probably just do like my initial zero with the Razor Gen 3. Then when we get to the shooting, I have 3 different loads I'm going to be running. I'm going to be running some 140 grain Barnes 6.5 match burners. They're 140 grain match load offering, which I heard is pretty good. I'll be running some, which I'm curious to know, I've got a good deal on it, some Norma Golden Match Target, or should I say Golden Target Match ammo, which is 143 grain match grade ammo, and the tried and true, the famous Hornady 147 grain ELD match. So high quality ammo, what I'll be running through. I'll be running over the magneto speed to get numbers. I really don't need to do that. I'll just true my velocity with my Kestrel meter. But some people might be running hand loads and might need to borrow a chronograph, so that's what we're here for. You know, we're all sharing our equipment with other shooters, even though we're somewhat strangers. We're all kind of known between one another. So it's going to be a great, great experience, and very excited. Can't wait for it to get here. But if we do end up getting Friday, I'll probably shoot the rest of my 140 grain SMB plinking ammo, full metal jackets. I'll just run through those. I got 70 rounds of that left, so I really want to go through that. I'll probably use that to be my break-in, and then next when I go, I'll probably shoot the 140 Barnes, then I'll move up and shoot the 143 Normas, and then I'll move up to the 147s, and that'll give the copper equilibrium of the barrel, you know, so I'm trying to get uniform and say, okay, we'll run different types of loads through here so the barrel can kind of get acclimated to what we're going to be running. Then once I find something that I like the most, it's probably going to be that Hornady, because that stuff's tried and true. But I'm hoping that the Norma, because I got that Norma for a hell of a deal, about $31 a box, and I got a 200 round case, like $330 shipped to the house. So hopefully that'll be a good ammo that I can stock up on, since it's usually cheaper than that 147 ELD match from Hornady. But some people, I've heard one guy shooting through his gun, he said he gets about 0.4 to 0.6 MOA out that Normal, which is pretty good for factory ammo. Don't have the specs on it like the extreme spread, the average, muzzle velocity, standard deviation, and stuff like that. But we will get those numbers when we go run them across the chronograph and put them in our dope book. And also what I like to do is I like to show people, because it's not always about using the Kestrel or it's a ballistic calculator. Sometimes you have to say, okay, if you didn't have that fancy stuff, how would you know how to shoot? And that way I can pull out my chart, and hopefully I can figure out this editing software. But if not, I just put like a little white erase board or something up to show a formula, and I plug things in and get the math, and I'll show you how to range to figure out how far your target is. And then once you get the range, you do a formula to figure out what your dope would be, and then that determines on like I say, using the calculator and the actual dope, for getting impact. So that's why we're going to true out our muzzle velocity to make sure that we have the best information possible to give the best repeatability on impact downrange on hits on steel. Hopefully, and I say this is hopefully, probably won't have time to go through it when we're down there shooting. But if I have to true BCs, which I really don't want to do, because I don't want to spend my time doing a lot of work on math and not getting no time shooting, especially to be paying for the weekend. I'm really going to try to just true muzzle velocity once I get some low info on the rounds. The C, because I know that the advertised muzzle velocity is not going to be what everybody's getting, because you could be running different barrel length, different barrel twist, and using different type of barrel material, which affects the bullet travel also, and that also plays into a factor. So, like I say, it's not just simple as going out there, putting stuff in the calculator and going out to shoot. There are a few steps you need to do to actually make sure that you are getting the right information and making sure that you do have the right data to make sure that you can hit rounds downrange. So, like I said, for like the 4th, 5th time, very excited. Been wanting to go to this place for a long time because the farthest I've been able to shoot is about 1,000. It's another range about 2.5 hours away that lets you shoot to 1,200 yards. I really want to get there to do my 0, because then I could run those Plinkett ammo from 100 all the way to 1,200 yards, and then people could say, it's sometimes not always the ammo, but better ammo gives better results, and we'll just put it like that. Better ammo gives better results. So Plinkett ammo can still hit targets downrange just fine. It's just that the consistency of it happening is going to be a little bit less because the ammo is not match grade, but very much capable of still hitting targets downrange. All right, mercenaries, that's the only update that I have for y'all right now. It was about the shooting trip, and maybe I get some more videos with the M10 here. I need to put a new fire control group in here. I want to say probably my sear is probably worn out in here, so instead of me just buying that one part, I'm gonna buy a whole new fire control group. It's about $210 before tax and shipping. So we'll say about $230, $240 with taxes and shipping. And I replaced all those parts here in the beauty here. Then I could do some mag dumps and show you how that 50 round magazine works out, because I want to get some more of those, but the guy, I haven't been in contact with him lately, so I need to establish comms with him and get him on the horn and see if he can make me about 2 more of those 50s. Other than that, at the shoot, at the place that we're going to, maybe later on this year, just maybe, haven't confirmed it yet, but we're gonna go back to the arena again in sometime around October, around Halloween time, and we're gonna try to hold a night vision shoot. So all my people who run nods, NVDs, stuff like that, NVGs, RNVGs, DTNVs, stuff like that, this would probably be the shoot for you. Like I said, I won't have the PVS 27, that'll be next year. So, like I say, I just have to start grinding real hard and making sure that when it does come available next year, I can slap the cash on down and bring it on home. Because with my gun, I already have my mount, my ring height mount, ready to collimate with the night vision. And just mount it right on there. Put my sleeve on there to keep the excess light from the outside out. And hey, be ready to go ahead and do some night vision shooting, which if we do get into that, I probably won't be able to do it as much. Because like I said, I live here in the urban area, so not really like I can go in the backyard and hunt some hogs or some coyotes or anything like that, unfortunately. But I know people who do have land who do need some help with that type of work. So I'll be able to clock on in and I could be an exterminator, doing some night vision work. So very excited. Like I say, I don't have a drone. I wish I could just give you a overview of the land. Send the drone to the sky, let you overview the campus, but the property. But I'll put a link in the website down below. and y'all can check it out. And like I said, maybe if we have another event like that someone else wants to sponsor, maybe we can open it up to some YouTubers and, you know, maybe for people who want to try long range shooting. We'll come up with a checklist for things for you to have. You're going to need a gun that's capable of 1 MOA, which is 1 minute of angle, which is a gun that can shoot a 1-inch circular group at 100 yards. That dictates to know if your rifle is accurate or not, if it can hold 1 MOA or less. So if you hear people say, my rifle shoots sub MOA, that means that their group shoots under 1 inch at 100, which is good. Like I say, I tell people, you can come with poor stuff, but once you get behind the quality stuff, you're going to say, man, I got to upgrade, because can't hit nothing that you can't see, because things are far, 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 far away. And if your eyes ain't that good and you're squinting, you're like, you know, you're not going to be able to hit anything. And if your glass quality isn't good, image quality, chromatic aberration, you know, things like that come into effect, especially mirage downrange. Those cheap scopes just aren't going to do it. You might be able to see the target, but you're not going to be able to see it clearly. And if you don't hit the target hit indicator, you'll never know that you hit anything. And that's if they even have those up. But some of those targets, I want to say, starting at like a mile all the way to 2,200 and out, they all have remote cameras. So you will be able to see on the camera if you hit the target or not. So I would try to be in the shooting position like that. I want to say it's only in the shooting towers, but we might just be on the ground floor, like ground zero, shooting off the tripod on the ground. I have me an awning covering us, or at least just me. I can't speak for anybody else. I got a 10 by 10, so maybe I can squeeze someone else in and we split it. And I get someone this side, they get this side, and I'm gonna be running a power station, a Balder 330 watt power station. Run me 2 box fans. I'm probably gonna have my canopy, and probably try to figure out, maybe I get like some blankets I could just tie up or just clamp onto the awning. And then when the fan blows, it kind of keeps the air inside. And then we just do all the shooting going out. But, you know, 90, 180, and 270, all that around me will be covered, and that keeps the cool air in. So, like I said, it gets real hot around here in Georgia, especially in June, July, August, in the summer months. So, like I say, you will see a lot of different shooters, different spotters, different types of shooters out there with us, and it's going to be a hell of a time. And I thank you, mercenaries, for tuning in to the Syndicate for another episode. Stay tuned. We have more videos coming to check out before the shoot, so stand by, stay tuned, stay informed, stay legal, stay dangerous, and stay prepared. Osama, out.